Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for page 3 of our altered book. I have some sheer yellow fabric and I thought it would be kind of cool to just cut it and lay it over the book pages so that the writing shows through. In the spirit of junk journaling, I will be using these boxes of Godiva chocolates. And just to clarify, for those of you that don't know, it's not the chocolates that are in the spirit of junk journaling, but the boxes that you would normally either throw in the recycling bin or throw in the trash. Junk journaling is about kind of recycling your junk in this positive and beautiful way. Let's start out by cutting our sheer fabric to size. This kind of fabric slides around a lot, so it'll take me several tries and patience to make sure I get them cut kind of straight and to the right size. Okay, I've just about got those ready. Now we will go ahead and prepare to glue them to the pages, and I will be using fabric glue for that. Once I get the fabric glue onto the page, I am going to push it around a little bit with a paintbrush, but please know if you use a paintbrush, this glue will gunk it up very quickly, so it's really important to wash it as soon as possible. Alright, we have successfully got one side down, and now we're going to do the next side. And even just looking at it, I love the way the page type shows through this fabric. I think I'll definitely try this again, either on another page of this book or in a different book. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, I've got my brush all cleaned up, and now it is time to adhere the chocolate boxes to the page. I plan to use both of the boxes as little tuck envelopes, if you will, so I'm not going to glue them completely down, just the edges of them. This one I'm putting on top of a piece of decorative paper, and then I will glue the paper onto the fabric. I'm actually using some of the paper that I had used on the very first page, so I've got the little yellow and white polka dot paper, and then on the opposite page I will use the yellow and white striped paper. Alright, we got the first one done. Now it's time to work on the second one. You'll notice when I flip this box over that it's got sides on it, and I'm going to use those sides because it'll help lift the box from the page a little bit, and that way the tuck, the little journaling tuck, will fit inside easily. Because of the way the sides are on this little box that I had cut, obviously, it did push it up off the page like quite a bit. So I went ahead and I rubbed the glue, kind of got the air bubbles out, and then I put a piece of paper inside to create some space, and then I put a book on top, and that way it would hold it down but not completely flat. So the foundation of the page is complete now, so now I'm going to move forward and start working on embellishments. And I'm going to be using some chipboard. It's like a Mary Poppins themed sort of chipboard, and I had found this particular item at Tuesday morning on sale. So it was a really good find, and I'm really happy to be able to use it. You might notice that I'm using adhesive on the back of this chipboard. It is already sticky, but I just don't feel secure leaving it with just the stickiness that it comes with. I know that over time it would dry out and end up popping off, so I'm adding more, and I just feel better about that. There are some pieces that go together and they create the look of a banner, and I think it's adorable, so that's what I'm putting across the top of the page right now. So since this is going to take a couple of minutes, I'll give you a Florida weather report. So today our high was about like 54 and our low is going to be 42 tonight, which actually for us is extremely cold. Tomorrow is going to be 67 for a high and a low of 51, another brisk day for us. And then the following day it'll be 75 and for the high and then 58 for the low, and that's going to be a full Sunday, which means it's actually going to feel about 88 degrees. So there's your little Florida weather report for the next couple of days. Moving right along now, I took a card and I've cut it in half, and that's what I'm going to use for our little tucks. I felt like this card that I cut in half that I'm using as tucks was a bit plain. So I covered it with sparkly glue, and now I'm adding just a little bit of embellishment to them, just to dress them up a little bit. I will be using a red and white teapot in the upper corner on the left-hand side of the book. Right next to that will be a little plate of macarons. If my friend from New Orleans is listening and watching, I hope I pronounced macarons right, because I know there's several ways to pronounce it, so I hope that I did okay on that. While those are drying, I'm going to choose some more chipboard to put on these pages to help dress them up and finish them off. There is a wonderful red and white striped umbrella that I'm going to add. I'm putting this little bottle of glue on top of it just to put some weight on it to hold it down so it can dry. There's a piece of chipboard that I'd like to use, and it's in the shape of a picture frame, but I don't want to use the pretend picture that's in the picture frame. So I'm cutting out a very small piece from the calendar, and I'm going to glue that over top, and so it'll look like the piece from the calendar is actually in the picture frame. Stay tuned for some pictures of the completed page. I think it turned out really cute. If you like this video, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to my page. If you'd like to get notifications of my next videos, just hit the little bell. Well, here it is. I added some glitter glue around the chipboard just to give it a little sparkle and dimension, and I'm really pleased with how this page turned out. Thanks for watching. See you soon.